team thriving together. Your boys striving to be the most dominant ever. The hardest white boy since the one who rapped about vomiting sweaters and hold the comments. Cause I promise you I'm honestly better than whoever came to your head right then. They ain't cut from the same thread like him. They don't study doing work to get ahead like him. They don't toss and turn in the bed like him. Cause they don't love it. 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 I've been laid back so long, I'm trying to get turned. Searching my name, dog, that's how you get hurt. Being likable, I'm trying to be unbreakable. I just realized that this whole game is takeable if I want it. And I do, yes, I want it. I don't care how you feel about it. I do what I want it. I used to look up to the people that I'm moving in front of. It's not that crazy anymore. My city used to come up. Bryce and Jack G. James is up next. The rest is up to me. These lames is upset. My peers get upstage. The fans are obsessed. My city is upcoming. These people are oppressed. And I'm gonna change things. I'm up at Carmichael's trying to get on the same page. I heard about the rapper that you claim was a mainstay. They had a nice run, but they never gonna maintain because they don't love it. 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 They don't love it.
Stop, here we go. Bucket off the pick and roll. Shift, gotta go. We don't move it scary.
Last time a shed a tear, that when Prince died. Cause if we rockin', then you know we rockin' like it's Slipknot. See, this ain't basketball at halftime. We on switch sides. She thinks she love me, but she fell in love with my rich side. I got it for less. Flip that, then I got on a check. Dispatch, then we go on a race. Switch it up if that other place. Mix it up, got a lot on my plate. Got the broccoli and cheese with the beef on the side. This ain't no regular steak. No one wrong way. Richer than me. This ain't up for debate. You gotta love. Maybach, lay back, matte black, just to on your truck. Now I'm in the AMG with the all black tint. They don't know it's me, but they got a little hint. How you worry about it when you can't pay rent? I've been there. Lago and Bowie, I went there. Off of MLK, used to live there. Basketball on the tier, used to win there. Up in the cell at 17. Back in jail with no bail at 19. Up the road with the life is at 20. Made my first 100,000 at 23. Now who is he or who is she to speak on my name when you ain't me? Why they talking I'm overseas? Biggie Smalls when I move, it was all a dream. Keep on talking and talking that pump me up. Call me lucky, I guess I got dummy luck. Give it a play and then it is time.
It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And coming up next, it's a cross-conference showdown. It's the Lions and the Chiefs on Thursday night.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us in a very rainy Kansas City, Missouri at venerable Arrowhead Stadium. Tonight we kick off a new NFL season with the opener for 2023, as it'll be the Detroit Lions taking on the defending Super Bowl champions, the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm Brandon Gaudin with Charles Davis. Well, Charles, our 8th opening night broadcast together, and we couldn't ask for a better place to be. Arrowhead Stadium, been a festive atmosphere all day. Smell of barbecue in the air. They unfurled the Super Bowl banner just a few moments ago. It's a celebration, and they are ready to get the new year started.
What I like most, partner, was that you got them to slow the car down. We got a little taste of that barbecue, not just the smell.
The Chiefs ready to begin their Super Bowl defense. The Lions hoping to spoil the party. Well, what a sight here at Arrowhead as the season is underway. And tackled at yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here, as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. Throwing to start the drive. Mullins. And his first pass is incomplete. Well, this is a tough spot for these Lions on the road in Arrowhead to start the year. But it's also, you'd have to say, Charles, a showcase opportunity for them, because this is a team that historically hasn't gotten a lot of big opportunities like this.
And when they have gotten them, they haven't really delivered. This is a team, though, that believes that big things are out there for them. And they think that they can start to write a new history, beginning with this game right here.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third.
That was was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. Fair catch called for and made, but now we'll have to see about the penalty.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker, defense.
That hurts. If it was running into the kicker, wouldn't be a first down. Roughing, it is a first.
And just think about the differences between the two. Running into the kicker almost feels inadvertent, just a small tap, so to speak. But when you rough him, usually bodies are hitting the ground and flying all different places. And the difference is 5 yards or 15. And in this case, that's a big play.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
And he's missed now in his first 4 passing attempts. The rhythm is just not there to begin this ball game.
They'll look to throw again. That throw taken in by Jamison Williams. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
We always knew that 2022 was going to be something of a write-off year for Williams, who was recovering from a torn ACL. But he did play some snaps late and teased Lions fans with his lone catch, a 41-yard touchdown. They believe, and so does he, that the show begins this season.
They'll go with a rookie from Alabama. It's Jahmyr Gibbs. And showcasing those strong legs on that run. Getting through 1 tackle. Now she winds up getting 8 there. Now a 2nd and 2. Off the play fake. Mullins. Here's a diving catch right side. The Lions passing game in sync now. They've got another first down. This is shaping up to be a really nice-looking drive to get the season underway here.
And how long do you think that they actually have been plotting this drive? I'm talking about the coaching staff, right? They've been thinking about this for a while now, and I think they're executing it even better than what they expected.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. 2nd and 10. Off-play action. Mullins. And that is incomplete.
And that might have been a situation where even though you don't hit on the deep throw, you at least put in the defenders' minds early in the game that we're going to press the ball deep against your secondary. And that can have a ripple effect on how they function throughout.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Whether that's a little grabbing, a little...
Patterson's kick is good, and the Lions are going to take a 3-0 lead. Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of Week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason, to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
So here are the Chiefs now under their veteran head coach, Andy Reid. And leading them out there, their 6'5" quarterback.
If you ask coaches at any level to design their ideal leader of a team, I think they're going to check every box with this guy. He's got the poise to handle responsibility. He stays calm under any kind of pressure, and he brings out the best of his teammates each and every week.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
Coming in, he really likes his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
On 1st and 10, Smith. And that is incomplete. Wow, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Throwing is Smith. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Here is 3rd and quite a ways. Now Smith. Right to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
4th down, so Kansas City sends out Tommy Townsend. Back deep, Khalif Raymond. A punt of 46, a return of 5. And the Lions will take over. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. And one of the things we like to hit on every year are the new rule changes. And we got a few for 2023. A lot are procedural, having to do with deadlines and roster construction and such. But two kind of caught my eye, Charles. One is the option to fair catch a kickoff and have it come out to the 25 like it does in college. You like that?
I don't. I don't like it at all. I don't like it in college. I don't like it in the NFL. I want to have something different. And I really wanted the special teams coaches to be a little bit more involved. But I do understand why the league is doing it. They believe it promotes safety, and it's hard to argue against that.
What about, this is the other one, guys can now wear the number 0. We've already seen some make the switch, Calvin Ridley, DeAndre Swift, Braxton Berrios, amongst others.
Yeah, and you know something? When you see those guys make that move, I don't mind that at all right? A little more expressionism for these guys. I love it. I just think we didn't go far enough. What about 00, like Jim Otto used to wear or Kenny Burrow used to wear? Let's add that back to the NFL jerseys.
46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. Kansas City taking the field for their 2nd drive. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. The pass is caught by Cade Otton. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A nice gain of 21 yards.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a 1st down.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. He'll get an opportunity with it on the touch pass. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. From the 47 now, they'll work with a 2nd and 7. Hands it off out of the gun. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here. They'll motion the tight end across the formation. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. There he goes, left side. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 42 yards rushing for him now, just his first 3 carries. Facing short yardage on 3rd down, but he was able to pick up a very sizable gain.
He certainly was, and I think that maybe they were fooled a little bit because you and I both know this is a passing league, and that's not normally a running down, and they fooled him with it. Safety had to make the play, otherwise he's still running, and the next thing, he runs right into the goal post.
Now 2nd and 5. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Smith. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. Well, the Chiefs are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
But he's certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another 1st down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive. And
that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Cade Otton from 10 yards out. And the Chiefs are able to answer the early 3 points and take a 1st quarter lead. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his 2nd season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays. Here comes Khalif Raymond from his end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football. Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score. 11 yards there and a Lion first down. Johnson goes in motion left. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. Here's a 2nd down and 7 from the 37. Looking to throw. Mullins throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. Help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Yeah, it's still early in the game. No sense taking a chance on 3rd down and forcing one into traffic, so I like the wise play he made there. Get it to the sideline out of bounds where no one's going to have a chance at it. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Muscles him off. It'll be a 48-yard punt. 5 there on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass. Defense on their toes. And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action, and throw the ball. And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. 2nd and 10, Smith again. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 13. And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. That's well done defensively. They get the pressure they needed on 3rd down. All the receivers are locked up tight, and they force that quarterback to just throw it away. On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. It's fielded at the 45. It'll be a net of only 30 here. 40-yard punt, 10 on the return. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. He throws it on the move but can't connect as that falls incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Gibbs straight ahead. And he's able to get this one down to about the 40. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun on 3rd down. Mullins. And that is incomplete. The Kansas City defense tough to throw on there. And now it's 4th down. Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down. He had the distance, but it's no good. Line to the right, and that will keep this a 4-point game. Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
And out come the Chiefs now. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense, because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get it out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain. You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. They'll come up now 3rd and 3. Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Lions linemen might have moved. Now after the false start, they need 8 yards here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Mullins. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And he has brought this one back. A fumble recovery for a Chiefs touchdown. So this defense clicking early in the year. Week 1, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
Butker now to add the extra point. Footing likely going to be an issue all night here on a rainy night, but this one is good. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And it'll come out to the 25 as Raymond will elect not to bring it out. And Detroit getting set to go now. Throwing to start the drive. Mullins. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
After one, a 14-3 ball game. The Lions with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. Straight ahead with Gibbs here. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try to figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
Shoves him aside. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And they will take over 1st and 10. And Kansas City's offense now set and ready to go. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit him over the top, unsuccessfully.
And Smith's throw complete to Otten. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
This offense is looking very comfortable here in this first half. Very relaxed, very smooth, very efficient. No wasted motions. Things are definitely going their way, and they continue to move the ball downfield.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Smith now to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. Touchdown! A great effort there. 28 yards. And the Chiefs are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Well, it's only week 1, CD, but right now this offense, they look in mid-season form.
And what we're seeing is the benefits of all their dedication in the offseason. OTAs, mini camps, preseason, you name it, they did it. All that work in preparation, we're seeing them play really well right now. They're making it all pay off.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and the lead is up to 18 now. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Detroit's offense ready to take over. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Mullins. They find Williams on the slant. And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. Well, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout. On 1st and 10, Mullins finding Williams once more, complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. 2 yards to go, 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 46-yard line.
The man in motion left here, Johnson. Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. 41 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw. Mullins. He gets this one to Johnson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. Off the bootleg. Mullins. A quick throw there is incomplete.
Their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Off the bootleg. Mullins. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. The Lions on 3rd down, as bad as you can be. 0 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Again, he'll drop to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. Now back with the Lions. Here's Riley Patterson on for the field goal. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. Patterson's kick is good, and that'll get the deficit down to 15. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And able to get this out to the 25. So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
On second down, here's Smith. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's James. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Now this offense in mid-season form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10. Smith. Throw left side complete. That's James. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go for a zone blitz scheme. Get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
False start, offense.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. A shotgun snap for Smith. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 2nd and 5. Back to throw, Smith. It's caught by Jackson. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. And now we're going to get a stoppage as, yeah, that looks like Jackson who's shaken up. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest. To throw is Smith. Going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. He tried to get away, but to no avail, and an absolute killer there, a 12-yard loss on 1st and goal.
Well, that's the second time he's been sacked so far in the first half, and if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Now Smith. And this one's incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so they went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
For the Chiefs field goal, a 35-yard attempt.
Butker's kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So no touchdown that time, but they do get 3 more, and now they have even more of a cushion.
It's been a terrific first half offensively, so it's hard to blame them for not getting into the end zone there. But the way they've been moving the ball in this one, I don't think these will be their final points of the game.
Here's Raymond bringing it out. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. So here come the Lions now. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Mullins. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, Mullins. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. Fair catch called for. No gimme in these conditions, but he's able to look this one in. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And they got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. Someone moved. Flag is out. That's going to be 5 yards.
And that'll drive coaches crazy. You work all week on dealing with loud crowds, on dealing with motion, and then you have a guy jump.
And a manageable 3rd down becomes a lot less manageable. 3rd and 7 after the false start. From the 50, it's Smith. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th. Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. And Detroit getting set to go now. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And I think he was a little surprised to see the ball sitting out there like that. That's a ball he had a chance to come away with, but it winds up an incomplete pass.
To throw on 3rd down, Mullins. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And that will set him up in excellent shape. 1st and goal at the 9-yard line. He already had the 1 fumble loss, so now 2 fumbles lost here in this first half.
Not setting the pace the way that you want it done. I mean, here in the first half, already twice the ball's come out and hit the turf. Got to find a way to take care of it. Otherwise, they may have to start thinking about maybe someone different at that position.
KC's offense ready to take over. And they start in the best of all positions. 1st and goal. Following the fumble recovery, Smith. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Here's Smith. just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down. Now Smith on 3rd and goal. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. Now Harrison Butker for the field goal try from the right hash, and this one just a chipping. Butker's kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So the fumble recovery hadn't set up an ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
And he returns this to the 22. Detroit's offense ready to take over. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because it didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
Just a gain of a couple there, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up at the half, we'll hand things off to Jonathan Coachman standing by in Orlando. He'll have scores from earlier today, plus a look ahead as well, so you won't want to miss that. A lot going on here in Week 1. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. They have been red hot, sometimes white hot here in this first half. They're just looking to add to that total right now.
And this has to serve as a reminder to myself because so many times I get wrapped up in the play calling, how they've sequenced things, how it's run. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's still execution. Those guys out on the field, and right now they are locked in and really looking good.
They'll try to continue to be locked in here as we get ready to approach halftime. Smith, sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. 3rd and 3.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Now it's Smith. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Chiefs first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4. Throwing again is Smith. And he's got his man in stride, complete. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage. Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions 35.
And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to KC. On 1st and 10, Smith. Eluding the pressure right. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Here's Smith. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And on a unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
I've got a good friend in football, always talks about predictive history. He's got one of their 2 touchdowns. You can understand why they tried to find him again. Weren't able to connect, but the thought, that was good.
Butker's kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own.
And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we have reached halftime here in the Thursday night opener as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get back out to you guys in KC in just a moment. But first, let's look ahead what should be a tremendous opening weekend for 2023. In the 1 o'clock games, one that immediately catches the eye is in our nation's capital. A big test for the Washington Commanders as they'll square off with the visiting Arizona Cardinals. In the late afternoon games, the place to be might very well be Denver, Colorado, where it'll be the Broncos taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. And finally, on the season premiere of Monday Night Football, this is going to get a bonkers rating. Bills, Jets at MetLife Stadium. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up, ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Chiefs ready to go on offense to begin quarter number 3. Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
Not a huge play, but I think they're more than happy with how it turned out. Don't be surprised to see them revisit that call because there was a lane there for more than just 5 yards. Put it in your back pocket and break it out when you need it later.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
And that's the knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. And that's a smart move to throw it away.
That is caught. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks out, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Here's a handoff out of the gun, and he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground, and he'll be brought down at about the 42.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Being chased out left. 20! And Smith able to move the chains before sliding down. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. From the red zone now, Smith. Incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they will get to him at the 7 and stop him short of the first down marker. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
Harrison Butker on for the field goal. A 24-yard attempt.
Butker's kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 49-yard line. Looking to throw. Mullins. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off. But a nice game there for a first down.
Now a 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the Chiefs' 19-yard line.
Off the play fake. Mullins.
Goes out left. It's caught by Williams.
And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5.
A chance for a first touchdown drive of the year. It's 1st and goal. They'll run with Gibbs.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit.
Jahmyr Gibbs
with his first career NFL touchdown.
And the Lions get a bit closer. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 down, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And the lead now down to 20.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
And now here comes Kansas City.
Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10.
Now Smith. James has got it. Complete.
And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. Here's a 2nd and 5.
From the gun, here's Smith. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
He'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
From the gun on 3rd down, Smith. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
Yeah, that's a nice job there defensively to blanket those receivers on 3rd down. And as a quarterback, all you can do is just loft one toward the bench, not too close, mind you, and live to punt the football.
And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt.
The Lions offense set to take over. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 62 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
First down.
Throwing on first down. Mullins. That pass caught. It's Williams. And he's brought down. First down Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
On first down, Mullins. The left side completion to Jones. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that will bring up 2nd down.
To Marvin Jones. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4. At the 38.
Operating from the gun. Mullins. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 18. With that catch, he goes over 100 yards receiving on the night.
And that's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the first down.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Off the bootleg. Mullins. And it's caught. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. They have certainly looked his way in this 3rd quarter. Another catch, and it's good for a first down. Gibbs is in for a Lions touchdown. Well, fair to say they've got something here in this rookie running back, and he's in for the 2nd time of the ball game.
And, Brandon, it's a position where there's often a lot of turnover, a lot of competition at that spot. But he's proven to them that he wants to be the bell cow guy that his franchise can rely on.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that cuts this lead down to 13. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. There's a short one taken in by Otten. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Throwing is Smith. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The lines move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. 2nd and 10. 3rd quarter of the season opener. Smith now to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be ridden out of bounds all the way down at the 15-yard line. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. Now, meanwhile, a final play here is incomplete, and that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter of play. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. He's got Otten on the out route. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. To the air again, Smith. And he's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. What a great play there. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Chiefs are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead.
I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at week 1. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in week 1. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want. But there carries a little extra pressure with that as well because you and I both know protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this league. So you go into it, yeah, we want it, but now you actually have to go out and prove it.
Yeah, 2 sides to that coin and looking like they're going to protect it here in this one. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away.
And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Time for another look at this Lions offense. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this 4th quarter. The throw on the quick slant going to be complete.
Only able to gain a couple there, and it'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 20-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Mullins. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
And he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. 3rd down at 6.
And it's 3rd down.
Back to throw. Mullins.
The throw left sideline falls incomplete.
Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete passer we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today.
Well, at this stage of the game in the 2nd half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Smith. His pass caught at the 4.
And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field.
We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. From the 3 now, here they come on 3rd and goal. Now Smith. And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. Cade Otten, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
Well, Charles, no matter what the prognosticators say before the season, whether they think you're going to be good, bad, or somewhere in the middle, you never quite know how week one is going to play out. But for them, it has been an impressive performance, and they are well on their way to a 1-0 start.
Yeah, it's a lot like opening up presents, isn't it, partner? You're not quite sure what's inside, but you're hopeful, right? In this case, exactly what they were looking for, exactly what they need.
Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. Here's Khalif Raymond to return. Fighting ahead at the 15.
And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team. And Detroit back in possession of the football. And no doubt this is not the way that they had hoped to open their season. Thoroughly outplayed here in front of the national audience.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
To throw again. Mullins. Johnson's got it complete. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And Kansas City's offense now set and ready to go. But not that any of the points would be needed, but CD, they've got enough time left here. They can definitely score on this drive, maybe even an ensuing drive as well, if they really want to drive home this landslide victory.
Yeah, we're certainly about to see just how aggressive they want to be here down the stretch. And what some coaches do is they try and meet it halfway, meaning they want to continue to run their offense, but they'll put in a lot of backups to do it and then tell the opposing coach, hey, I had to get them some work too. I can't just let them sit over on the sidelines all the time.
Looking for the out route, and he's got more.
Third and 2.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the 1st down, close it out.
So out now come the Lions.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains.
On 3rd down, Mullins
setting up the screen. This is Gibbs.
And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the 1st down. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Laundry on the field. This is going to be a false start on the offense.
Sometimes you have to slow things down a little bit when things get heated. The cadence has to be slow and deliberate at times to make sure your team's ready to go.
They'll look to throw again. Again, it's Johnson. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. This is caught. And in for the Lions touchdown. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Lions are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Now, this opening game has certainly not gone their way to this point, but, yeah, that touchdown, maybe a glimmer of hope for the long season ahead.
And no one in this league likes to talk about moral victories. No one likes to really just say, okay, well, maybe something went right. But you're exactly right about that. A little glimmer there. Maybe they can carry it over moving forward.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. Here's Richie James on the return. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. KC's offense ready to take over. And this is really the start to the season that you're hoping for if you're a coach or a player. They've got the big lead here in the 4th quarter, and now can really take some time off the clock. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's James. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Now a 3rd and 6. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the 1st down.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Here's the Chiefs punter now as he's on to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out, because now it's not a total loss, because as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Well, offensively, Charles, hard to put a silver lining on this one. No secret that they had to take chances with the score where it is, and it leads to a turnover.
I love how you paint the picture, partner, because you're exactly right about that one. Look at the empty stares on that sideline. This is one of those games, here's where they're crawling on a rock until it's over.
The Chiefs offense set to go. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. 2nd and a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Here's Smith. He's going to air one out. And that will be
Incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
He was defended by Emmanuel Mosley.
That is caught. And he will have a Chiefs first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2. They're looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to KC. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. It's a gain of a yard, and it takes us to the 2-minute warning. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. A CD, a little bit of feast or famine for him. He's had some success throwing the football, but also now he's been sacked 4 times.
Yeah, you just mentioned the 4 sacks, but you're right. He has managed to hang in there and make plays at times. His offensive line, they've got to figure it out and pick things up and give him more opportunities, and he has to help them by getting rid of the ball a little bit quicker as well.
46-yard attempt.
Butker's kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. So here come the Lions now. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Here is 3rd down and 4. Off play action. Mullins work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the fourth. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And that one going to be off target and incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of
fighting through it. He's got space. He's got room to roam. And he gets it all the way down to the 3. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. A great effort there. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Lions have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. So the Lion offense staying on the field as they're going to try for 2. They'll try and throw for it. And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
It got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you're trying to throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
Here's 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Mullins.
And let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Mullins connecting with Johnson. Well, this one's had a season's worth of thrills already, and it's still week 1. Here's 3rd down now. Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Give him big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a 1st down.
Defense.
So the game will continue for at least one more play.
To not finish a game on a defensive penalty, that's why they get one more untimed attempt.
On 1st and 10, Mullins. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time is run out now on this game. Well, partner, the season officially underway. It was great to be back with you, obviously, but the first game of the year always a special one. And love, I know you do too, love having it on a Thursday night.
Yeah, I think it makes it special, right? It makes it so that everyone is just watching, all eyes on it on a special night like that. I think it's going to be a great season for them. I can't wait for the next several months. We know there are going to be surprises all the way through the season. And before we know it, we'll be talking about opening up on a Thursday night again next season.
So for the Chiefs, they begin the new campaign with a victory here in front of the home crowd in the Thursday opener. And they'll get a few days to savor this one before they take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for Detroit, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.